Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's check out somebody hitting these Reaver Scouts. Where is he at? I don't see him. Is he already dead? He must be using subs. Okay. So let's zoom out. With subs, you could pick off the northbound ones. Actually, I see almost the whole screen. Okay, that's the only thing I'm missing. So let's do this. Can't close that. We'll see when he pops back up again. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. There it is. So we're looking at Spectre subs R3. Let me zoom back in. R3. I don't remember what you get in R3. So I would say at this point, picking off these would be good. And then what you can probably do is after you get these, come back out and then kind of come at it from this angle and maybe take this guy. If he sees you, he'll chase you, but I don't think anybody else is going to chase you. Wow. That was, I wonder what he's shooting with. They're bloody slow. Okay, he's gonna die. He's not still. Oh, there he is. Now he's still taking damage. Got the fireballs going. Don't spin back up that way. I wonder if there's a siege torpedoes. Let's see what that is. Then we'll pop back out and I'll show you sort of what I've been doing recently. He'll die in a second. There we go. Okay. So what's been going on? I finished my second strike cruiser. This is what it looks like. I'm not sure on the armor yet. I'm still kind of toying with that one. But what I'm doing right now is to help get ready for the next raid. I want a fleet of strike cruisers, even if they're not all the same. So I'm gonna make a set of these because this is about the shortest I can make it in and have something remotely useful. So you know, they'll be shooting first, and then when they get closer, the other two will pick up with the assault cannons. And then when I switch out these guns, I don't have to switch out specials. The specials will be the same. The armor, I'm still wondering about. Oh, raid subs. Oh man, that was some crazy range on that. Crazy sonar. Oh, another thing I did was I changed out the I had a lot of Phalanx anti-missile Triton. Actually, like two of them, but it was doing no good. It was no good against a siege missile F on an MCX. They go right through them. So I switched it out and I went with a mostly hailstorm. Basically what I'm doing is I'm doing two flak that deals with MCX, and then this ship deals a lot more with DNX. And from watching others, I'm probably going to end up switching these things, the freeze guns, doing more freeze guns basically. I saw a Hellstrike die in a base, and it was a the guy had a lot of freeze guns. He had a red arbiter, or the new thingy that can hold modules, and a lot of assault mortars. He had like a little setup like this, not these two, but you know, 3 and 3, right? But it was the assault mortars and the freeze rays with the red arbiter, the engine disruptor, that slowed it down long enough to kill it. It was pretty cool. The guy didn't even get to 50%. So that was that was neat. I kind of thinking maybe we need to head down that road. I think I have a DNX shell. Actually, I have. Oops. Let me find one that I have a DNX I can work with. This one. I can work with this one and change out the guns. And there may be a special or two, but not too much. But put more assault mortars, and then basically what that does is that replaces, and maybe change this to an engine disruptor. And it probably might replace one or both of these guys. It might give me some options. My goal at this point, after I get the SCX, is probably work on a second version of a base defend fleet that's more mortar based, assault mortar based. So that's what's going on. I'm in a bubble because oh, not you. The DNX fleet tried to come in. I watched it though. The only reason that he didn't get any stars was he started way up here and he traveled all the way down, so these guys were popping him all the way down. He should have came out and came right back in, and he would have done a little bit better. He didn't make it to this turret. He probably would have made it to this turret and probably would have killed off some of the ships a little more. This ship did okay, but it was on Qs. This still has a hard time. On Bs, if it's an all B fleet, this can probably knock them all out of the sky. But on a heavy Q fleet, that it picks up like every other volley. It'll whack down about every other volley. So it's helpful. It's just not perfect. So that is what else is going on. I didn't really do the last raid. I don't even know if I picked up anything at all. No, I think these are weekly raids. Nope. Nope. And nope, just weekly raid stuff. So I don't think I really did last raid much at all. More right now, I'm really trying to keep up. I definitely try to keep up with the weekly raids more than the monthly raids. So that's about it. Oh, this other thing I'm trying. So I was watching this video. Not a video. I was watching this guy hit Drac bases, and he was basically using a Spectre sub as a decoy. So he would send that in, everything would shoot it at, and then he could shoot at the turrets and junk, and then pull it back out. It just doesn't work on this when you get near the sonar stuff. So I'm gonna give it a try. I basically built the lightest Spectre I could. I could probably put a couple more Havoc 1s on it, but there's really no point. So I'm gonna give that a try. That takes a lot of practice. I was watching him and another guy, and they both had, one had a DNX fleet and one had an MCX fleet, and they both had a sub that they would use as a decoy, and they were it was like credible teamwork, because the missile guy was doing things that are really good for missiles, and then the mortar guy, and then it would set up the ship so that the mortar would like launch at the first ship, but the missile guy was the one killing it. And then all the mortars are going to land on the ships behind it. So it was like they were, oh my goodness, that was called teamwork right there. I wasn't at a computer that I could record from, and but it was really cool. They the only reason that the ships even died at all in the whole thing was the they timed out, and they had basically like less than 1% left to get it to the destroyed mark, and but they should have retaken out the those big lobby mortars, the artillery. They should have retaken out the artillery even for that 1%, because they ended up losing their ships due to the artillery, because DNX just doesn't have the speed. MCX barely has the speed if you just keep it kind of in a straight line. So that's about all. I switched out. I added a new javelin, so I'm doing 3 and 3, and then the 2 flak I just told you about. That's about all that's going on. I am researching Barracuda now, so that'll be cool. I want to stick some of those assault torpedo Bs on there. You can get it up to like 37. I'm looking for a fast one. I'm looking for a fast Barracuda. more for FVF kind of stuff, not for much of anything else. This sector that I'm in, they love some barracudas. I mean, well, actually the sector next to us, they love some barracudas, and my specters are actually beating them pretty easily because they pop up a lot more often. But we've been fighting them for so long that nobody's repairing their subs anymore. Everybody's just going in with one health point. So it's kind of a moot point at this point. That's about all that's going on. I'm playing around with this Drac base, unless somebody else is in here. Nope. Okay. And I'm probably gonna knock out one of these today, or at least get it started and have a buddy of mine finish the buildings, because he's doing the retrofits for the battleship, and that's takes a lot of reputation points. I've seen that he needs like 3,000 for the R4. I have no idea what the R5 is going to ask for. So, but if he goes in there, he'll probably die, and then I can go in there and sort of finish it off, and maybe I can get the Proto-Nemesis. Not likely, but hey, it's Christmas Day. You know? You gotta feel lucky sometime in your life, right? So anyway, that's all that's really going on. I hope y'all have a good Christmas. Keep turning at it. If you didn't, there is a video from Lima99 for the lower levels for doing weekly raids. The more I talk to people, the more I'm really starting to push you really got to focus on those weekly raids. In all reality, a lot of times you can pretty much ignore the monthly raids. If you cannot do tier 3 on the weekly raids, don't really worry too much about the monthly raids. The monthly raids are not really for you yet. You can get some lower level tier stuff, but work on getting to tier 3 on the weekly raids. When you can do that, then start to push the monthly raids. It's really a stepping stone kind of thing. There's some crap, but there's a lot of good stuff in the higher tiers on the weekly raids that you should be going for. So work on that. There's a video on him taking is mostly using Seawolves, but he also has a build in there for battle barges, a build in there for Levi's. It's really whatever you got, and taking out basically 27s are the easiest ones to take out, but the idea of it is you take it on auto, so you don't have to spend the time fighting. And my thought is, if you're going to do that, look at the build time for all of them. You can do his battle barge build in like a day. And if you could do the battle barge build in a day, then what you can do is you can basically build more than a fleet a week. You know, and in a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, you will have, you know, like 4 fleets. And if they're on auto, you're just sending them. You're just sending them 27s. All you're doing is spending time finding 27s. You know, and then popping them back in, repair them, send them back out again. One auto repair fleet for something like that is not going to get you there. It's going to take a long time. But if you got 4 auto fleets going all at the same time, see, now you're cooking with gas. Now you got something that you can build up some points a whole lot faster. And if you can work it so that once you get enough tech, if you can get to the point where then you can auto like 34s, now you're doing even better. Now you're pushing that envelope even harder, and you can auto a 34, and then you can still auto your 27s, and you're never really going to auto much above a 34, but that will get you there quicker. That will get you there faster. And those same instant repair fleets would actually do reasonably well if you manually control them in the more recent raids. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's what's on my thought for today. And maybe I'll do another video once I get into the actual Drac base. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.